Continuing our breaking news coverage around the San Francisco 49ers on a short week, not going to have Brock Purdy again. He turned it over 3 times in his return from that turf toe injury over the weekend against the Jags. His toe bothered him after the game, and now with the short week and the trip to L.A. to face the Rams on Thursday, he is not going to be able to play. Ricky Pearsall and Jawan Jennings have also been ruled out against the Rams. Let's get Pete Prisco in here. Pete, earlier today on HQ, you took the shovel out. You started burying some teams. Now, we're not going to do that with the Niners because they're still sitting there at 3-1 atop the division. But how concerning is this?
Oh, very concerning. Look, Brock Purdy didn't look right last week. He just didn't seem to get into a rhythm. His passes were high. And now you don't have weapons to go with Mac Jones, who's going to take over as a quarterback. And by the way, he was banged up a little bit. You don't have Jennings. You don't have Pearsall. You don't have Kittle. I mean, this is a disaster right now if you're the San Francisco 49ers, particularly on a short week going against your division rival, which you don't really like very much. So to answer your question, Chris, it's not time to bury him because they are 3-1, but there is clearly cause for concern there in San Francisco.
Mac Jones has started a couple of games, has won a couple of games for San Francisco. What do you give his outlook for not only this game, but if he has to play more throughout the season?
That's a problem. Mac Jones, look, he can go in there and give you 1 game or 2 games, which he's done already, but to play him any length of time is a problem. And to play him in this type of situation where you're playing a good Rams defense on the road, short week, they're feeling pretty good about themselves, that's a problem. And look, Mac Jones is okay. Anybody who thinks he's better than that is out of their minds. He's just a serviceable backup quarterback in this league, and that's why you need Brock Purdy in there, and you need the weapons back in there. This San Francisco team, year in and year out, seems to get decimated by injuries, and it's just sad to see, in large part because if they were all healthy, they'd be not only the contender in the division, I think they'd win the division. Without those guys, it's going to be real tough to do. And by the way, when you look at their salary cap makeup and what they have, the stars are the guys who get paid. You have George Kittle not playing. You have, when you look at the other side of the ball, Nick Bosa not playing. Trent Williams is still a darn good player. He's getting big money. Brock Purdy paid a lot of money, not playing. Christian McCaffrey is playing, but he's been in and out of the lineup in his career. And then you had Fred Warner, who's the other star. That group needed to be on the field all year long with the way they're constructed, and they're not there. And that's a big problem when you're the San Francisco 49ers.
How do you handicap the division the rest of the way with the Niners at the top, with the Rams, who they're playing on Thursday shorthanded, and the Seahawks, who have won 3 straight? All those teams are 3-1.
Yeah, I think the Rams are the best team in the division right now. I didn't think that before the season, but I do right now. Their defense is really coming on. The young defensive players are really stepping up. If there's one flaw in their team, it might be the cornerback position. They might address that at the trade deadline. You never know. But they can score points on offense. They did get Tutu Atwell involved last week, which I think is big because he's the deep speed in their offense. I'd handicap it Rams 1, Seahawks 2, 49ers 3, and then the Cardinals at number 4.
And the Cardinals, even though they're in last place, still sitting at 500 at 2-2 with that heartbreaking 1-point loss to San Francisco, a game quarterbacked by Mac Jones. Pete Prisco with us here, not high on the 49ers outlook for the rest of the season. Another extremely shorthanded week, another week where Mac Jones is going to get the start. And if there's one thing you can say about him, it's that he hasn't turned the ball over as much as Brock Purdy has. Purdy has multiple turnovers in 3 consecutive games.